All right, so here we go. We're back with another Twisted Masquerade anniversary event, Shrine of Secrets. So, got this one pretty early, 23 hours left. So, we're hitting this one pretty early. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull up our little pen so we can kind of write down our thoughts here as we go. So, excuse us while we do that. But we got some good ones here. So, we'll go over the perks, kind of give our thoughts, and then we might show a little bit of builds with these perks, what we like, and we'll probably test them out a little bit later today on stream and post up a video showcasing some of these perks. So, killer perk wise, we have Enduring, Hillbilly perk. You reduce the duration of pallet stuns by 50% and has no effect while carrying a survivor, so you still get stunned there. But in chase, you can just eat those pallets, reduce those stuns, and keep going. Very good perk. But we'll go into Hillbilly being a potentially free killer, so might be a better way to get that, especially with some of the other hillbilly perks. Then we have Retribution, which is a Death Slinger perk. It's a hex, so it can be cleansed. It's a totem, but basically, whenever survivors interact with a dole or hex totem, they suffer from the oblivious status effect for 45 seconds, and then you also get 15 seconds of aura reading when they remove a hex totem. So this is going to go into a hex heavy build, but it is a lot of information. 15 seconds of aura reading. It's not anything to sneeze at. So again, both of these are behavior original IP, so you can buy the killers with iridescent shards and lock them with BP. So might be your better choice, especially with these two killers, some of the perks they have, but we'll get into that. Survivor wise, we have a Meg Thomas perk, another behavior IP with Meg, and Sprint Burst Exhaustion perk lets you sprint away at 150% speed for 3 seconds, then you're exhausted. Uh, one, if not the best exhaustion perks out there right now. And then we have Streetwise, which is a Nia Carlson perk. And this one is basically a perk to allow you to reduce consumption on your items so you get more use out of your items. So let's talk about these a little bit. So Enduring, this is definitely one of those ones that uh, I'd say it's kind of an off meta perk or build around me. Very good, but you don't have to run it. But you can build around it, and it can be very good. And we'll kind of show some builds that we like with Enduring. It's a solid perk, though. On a lot of killers, it can do a lot. You don't have to fear, you don't have to kind of respect pallets. You just run headfirst into them and then get rid of them. It can definitely save you some time there. And when you pair it up with things like Hubris for the exposed status effect or Spirit Fury or other perks so you can just go through pallets, it can be very, very scary. Retribution, I think it's another one of those where it's off meta. If you're running hexes, it can be very good, but you do have to build around it, right? It doesn't do anything if you don't run hexes. So we'll show some builds with both of these then. But yeah, very solid perks. We're be happy to pick either of those up. What we will say though is you've got Tinkerer, which is another very good perk with the Hillbilly. So you might want to just unlock all the perks. And then when it comes to Deathslinger, you have what Gearhead, which has been buffed, and you have Dead Man Switch. So you have solid perks with Slinger. So again, you might want to spend the iridescent shards, and that would be our recommendation on the killers, and then use BP blood points to unlock the perks. But both these are ones that if I don't feel like going that route and I like them and I've got the iridescent shards, definite pickups there. I'll definitely snag those. So these are really like a 1A, 1B option here. So nice perks there. When it comes to the survivor, it's the same sort of thing as we said with being able to unlock or have the survivors already unlocked. These ones are ones that this one's definitely a meta perk. Uh, so this is definitely like a 1A. And Streetwise, it's going to be more like a second choice option. There's other perks that just let you get more value out of your items than this does. So this one we'd probably avoid. Uh, this is a go-to meta perk. Uh, so you definitely want this, but I think we're at the point where all three of these are kind of unlock with BP unless you are Eerie Shard rich. So solid perks. We like all these, but we might go a different route for unlocking them and then use our iridescent shards on characters or other perks there. So very solid perks. We want to show some builds there. We like these all. If you have a lot of iridescent shards and you don't feel like unlocking, then just snag these. Fantastic perk. This one you need to build around. This one you need to build around a little bit. So our number one choice right here, the survivor perk, but both these are very good as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop off our kind of drawing here, our thoughts, and hop over to some builds, and then we'll probably come back to this at the end just to flash it up there one more time. So build wise, if we're going with some builds here with survivor, honestly, you can just we probably have a meg build here with. No, we don't have a meg build here. There, sprint burst can just go with like anything. Like if you're unlocking meg, meg has good perks, so you can go something like boom, boom. Let's look for off the record and sprint burst, and like we haven't unlocked everything on meg, so some of them are gonna be yellow. We apologize, but there it was. We just skipped it. Sprint burst has got to be unlocked, right? There it is. Of course. So a build like this, Sprint Burst, helps you get away. You got some second chance perks, which is very solid. Two of these come from Meg. That's why we recommend unlocking the perks with blood points from Meg. But Sprint Burst, very good. You got to learn the 99 so you have it up in Chase, but it helps you cover the map faster and also helps you get away from the killer, extend chases. So just W key across the map and hope that they leave you because they don't feel like wasting the time chasing you. It's just a solid perk all around. Now, if we're talking killer perks, as we, okay, it was just taking forever on us there. Killer perks with enduring, you got a couple different options with enduring. One we definitely like, I think we have it on Slinger, is kind of this sort of build here, and this can go on a lot of different killers. Mainly M1 killers though, because a lot of killers um, with powers can deal with pallets other ways, or don't need the exposed status effect. They can just get downs real quick. But Jolt works well, some slowdown, and then you just combine quicker stuns with enduring, with Spear Fury, so you can actually just get some free breaks at times. And then you also have Hubris, where you can just eat that stun and either go around and go through it, or in the case of Slinger, use his spear gun to reload those survivors and you get those one shots. So something like this can be a lot of fun. But you can just run enduring as well as a standalone perk just to speed up the whole stun animation so you don't have to fear those pallets. So definitely a solid perk there. And then Retribution was our last one. And when we do Retribution builds, it's going to be a lot of hexes. Here's one that we like here. We like Parent Lethal for the early game start with Retribution for, what is it, the extra 2 seconds. So you get 17 seconds of aura reading, nothing to sneeze at. And then the combination of 4 potential hex playthings and Retribution gives you 5 procs for Retribution or more with Pentimento if you can get this to stay up. So that's pretty awesome. It's 10 total. Well, not 10 total, 9 total possible. So pretty awesome. You got chase perk, slow down, aura. That's what you need to do. The risk is they can be cleansed, and if they go in the wrong order, like this goes first, you get 1 proc of it, then they start getting rid of these, or they just keep these up. You never get Pentimento. You can end up having 1 proc of Retribution and some plaything totems out there, and that's about all you have perk-wise. But when it goes well, it goes really well. So definitely more of a build around me build, but we definitely like Retribution with a hex heavy build, and kind of this plaything Pentimento combo is just cream of the crop. That 30% slower repair speeds is like the best slowdown, and they have to choose, right? Are we oblivious the whole time, or are we given 30% slower speeds to gen repair? So very nice. And then you mix in some aura reading. You can run this on a lot of different killers and do really well with that. So both of those perks we really do like. River is probably the best, but these two are definitely solid killer perks as well. So if you have the iridescent shards, definitely say pick them up. Um, Again, though, you can unlock the killers if they aren't already unlocked with your iridescent shards, and then spend BP blood points to get these perks. Multiple ways to go about it, but I think these are definitely, if you're into hexes, you want this. If you're tired of respected palette, you want this. Sprint Burst is just a great option. That's one of those top tier, top handful of perks for survivors. So this is one that you definitely 100% want to get one way or another, whether it's in the shrine or by unlocking it on Meg, who's free. And then these ones are consider your play style. And if you have some of the other perks to build around with it, you got a handful of hexes boom, grab Retribution. Um, when I not have to respect pallets, just walk right into them, eat that stun. There you go. Enduring's great. Honestly, you can test out enduring a little bit during this event with the invitation because you have an enduring effect that you get from the invitation. So if you're liking how that works, and the timing is a little funky on that, but if you get it to work, you're like, man, that did help me out. Enduring does that all the time. So solid perks. We definitely like this shrine. So hopefully some of our opinions help you out, help you make an educated decision here. We're trying to get some gameplay up tonight, showcasing some of these builds. And again, we hope we see you in the comments, on stream, or in the fog sometime. I'm Smig, and I'm signing off. Take care.